Hey loves, it's me, Love Jones. I am back with another one. This is see y'all what's in this energy. Let's see. Bad weather. Somebody's experiencing some type of bad weather. There's some ugly weather here where I'm at. I think they say Louisiana just had some type of bad weather. Rebel. Someone could feel like someone is a rebel. Let's see. Messages of life. First deck I grabbed, so alright, y'all, let's see. Inner power. Today I choose to see myself as significant. I acknowledge my true strength. I remain steadfast in the face of adversity. If I stumble, I pick myself up, knowing that I am filled with the power of the universe. I accept and appreciate myself in every way. I contain the most precious treasures of this world within me, and the universe shines through me. So regardless of whatever you go through today, we tell the kids when they fall, pick yourself up, get up, dust yourself back off, and keep going. Keep doing whatever it is that you're doing. Stand tall and strong. All right, it's so funny these two. So funny these two came out at the same time. Today I choose to remain positive. I face all of my challenges with strength and courage. I will not be denied or turned away. I do not allow myself to be carried away by negative thoughts. I stand tall and strong, and I live each moment in joy and peace, leaving my future in God's hands. I believe in life because life believes in me. Again, whatever you're going through today, whatever it is that may be trying to get you down and out, whatever energy it is that could be surrounding you, projected off to you, shake it off, pick yourself back up. Even if you have a negative moment, because we all have our times, even if you have a moment, shake that moment off when it's done and keep going. That's all. Keep doing whatever it is you're doing. Stand tall and strong. It's so funny that I said that. Remember, it's like we tell the kids when they fall, you don't reach to grab them all the time. You try to make them get up and dust themselves off. So, someone could be going through a range of emotions today. Someone could be projecting their energy off to you. It could not be your energy. It could be your energy. Could be something that's going on. Maybe something happened to upset you. Maybe something happened to knock you out of that light that you're always carrying. Although the light is in us, we don't have to show that all the time. We do not have to show that all the time. Just like we have a positive side, there's a negative side. And unfortunately, for most of us, we go around with that positivity all the time. And And I think we or people forget that the negative is there, it's still there. Not necessarily the negative, but the dark side, I would say. There's light and there's dark. Everybody here on earth has them both at the end of the day. And so just because we actively work every day to give you that lighter side doesn't mean we can't be pushed to the point where you see that dark side. And so it is what it is. Definitely got some hidden enemies right here. Feel like that could be what's in the background pushing you to this. This card is also a darkness card. It says deception, error, danger. Could be walking that tightrope. It's like at any moment if you make the wrong move, you could fall off. Now, what are you falling off in? I don't know. Maybe it's water. Maybe you fall in the water with the sharks. Maybe you're falling on the ground with the wolves. While you're trying to maintain that light energy, while you are trying to walk in your higher self, you always have these people of the lower realms who are trying to do whatever they can do possible to pull you down to their level because they don't want to rise up to yours. And so you could definitely have some hidden enemies, some people in the background who are doing things to try to pull you down to their level, that ground level, because again, they can't rise up to your level. So be careful. Be careful. Some people could think they're doing stuff in the background and they think they're winning at this, maybe. They think they're winning at this, whatever it is. They may feel like you don't know that they are one of the enemies. And so for those, I would say definitely keep doing what you're doing. Because it's always, how's the saying go? Sometimes you have to play the fool to fool the fools who think they fooling you. Sometimes it's like that. But sometimes you just have to sit back and just allow people to think they're winning at the game that they feel like they're playing with you. Because why are they playing such games with people who are just trying to be positive, people who are just trying to live in the light? What is it that you get out of seeking to destroy somebody in private? What do you get out of being a coward? Because at the end of the day, that's what this is. Like, what do you get out of being a coward? You get to say you destroyed someone single-handedly in the background while they didn't even know what was coming towards them. That's a very coward move. That's like hitting a person with their back turned and then bragging about winning a fight. It's a very coward move. But nonetheless, that's what we have.
You went out no other?
That's what we have here, a world full of cowards. People around you who think they're getting over on you and think they're doing things to the detriment of you, not realizing it's gonna bounce back. It's gonna bounce back, but not only is it gonna bounce back on you, it bounces back to the people who are closest to you too. And so, I know it's funny, I was just thinking about this. I was just thinking about this. People are so focused on tearing people down who's living in their own power, who is doing the best they can do for themselves, who is in their own world, in their own zone, in their mind, in their own business. But you have people so focused on tearing you down in the background that they forget to be focused on the things that matter the most to them. But the way karma works is it doesn't always hit you. Because depending on what type of person you are, the type of ruthlessness in your actions, then it hitting you may not matter as much as it would if it hit someone close to you. And so while you could be sitting up thinking you're doing all this stuff in the background to hurt a person who has done nothing to you, don't forget that there's always somebody's watching. There is always somebody watching. See this face in this moon? And his face looks highly disappointed. So don't think for a second that you're just getting away with what it is you're doing. Because sometimes people are just tallying up the amount of times, the things that you've done to different people. And so karma doesn't always hit you right away. For the ones it comes right back to, that's good, but it doesn't always hit you right away. Time could be taken and it can go. Sometimes it could be months or years before your karma actually hits you. But because you have so many marks, because you've done so much damage to other people, it's going to hit big. And you may not be prepared for whatever it is coming towards you. And so I would definitely say be careful. Be careful to the cowards out there who work so hard to do things behind the scene. I would definitely say be careful because you may think you can't be seen, or you may think that people who see you aren't the ones who are going to snitch on you, but people forget that God is always watching and he sees everything. And so just because you think you're not seen by people who are here on the physical, or maybe the people who are here on the physical are helping you. You can see it looks like they're working together to do whatever this is. Don't think for one second God doesn't see you. And his wrath will hit sooner or later. You will feel the vengeance of God sooner or later. And then you're going to wonder why. Then you'll want to ask for forgiveness. Then you'll want God's help. Especially if you're calling on things that aren't of God. Especially if you're calling on demons and deities and doing different types of dark magic to try and tear a person down. That dark magic isn't going to help lift people up or do positive things. It's only going to help you to tear people down. And so what you're going to call on when it's time where you need help now, when you need that forgiveness now, what are you going to call on then? You got to call on God then. But God is the one that's going to be doing it to you. That's how karma works. God is going to be the one that's pouring out his vengeance on you while you're trying to figure out how you can be helped. When you're calling on his name, but you having it all the time that you were in the background trying to destroy someone who was minding their business, but you weren't minding your business. And not only were you not minding your business, you were moving really cowardly. This is not in your face type of move. This is very sneaky. Hidden enemies. If they're hidden, of course it's going to be done very sneaky. deception, error, darkness. Don't think for 1 second that ain't gonna come right back on you. And so whoever you are out there, who's ever trying to shake that dark magic, that negative energy that they are constantly sending you, these cowards in the background are sending you to cause problems in your life, know that your crown does not fit them. And so these could be people who want to be like you. They want to be you, but it doesn't work that way. We are all individuals. We are all uniquely made. You were put here to be an individual, to be in your own, to find yourself, not to be someone else. And so if you got someone out there trying to take your place, trying to move around you, move you out of the way so they can have whatever it is that you're supposed to be having, know that your crown doesn't fit them. And just like all the little stepsisters and Cinderella tried to fit their foot in that shoe, but it didn't fit, it only fit one, it's the same way. They can't make your crown fit them. They can wear it and try to look stupid in the process of trying to wear it, because it's not going to fit. It's going to be too big, it's going to be too little. It just doesn't fit their awkward shaped head. It doesn't work for them. But what does work is if they do the work and actually try to figure out where their own crown is, instead of doing things cowardly behind the scene as if nobody sees you. Because the one thing that matters is God sees you. And you'll pay for it sooner or later. You will pay for it sooner or later. I see earth signs right here. Could be an earth sign that's doing this. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. They could be doing this to you. You could be a star seed they're doing this to. Because the truth is, they want to be a star seed, but they're not. They're not even a seed, matter of fact. They're not even a seed. Because they haven't put them, they haven't, they haven't transformed themselves enough to experience growth. And so, I just seen entitled. These people could feel entitled to something. Again, they haven't transformed themselves enough to experience this growth. Person feeling entitled to something is a person with an ego, and they're leading with their ego. And that's why they could never fit your crown, because you mind your own business and you lead from a good place, a place of light. You lead with empowerment because you want to lift everyone up. You're not trying to take everyone down. This person leads like this. They force themselves in places by doing this to people. They try to publicly humiliate you. They try to make you look stupid around people so that they can look like they're smart. When the truth is, even in stupidity, my stupidity is not going to help you look any brighter than what you are. My darkness that you may be exaggerating isn't going to make you look like you're of the light. When you in the background just trying to do this, people see you for who you are and what it is that you're trying to do. And so you can try to publicly humiliate a person all you want. Again, I would say, instead of watching this person who you're clearly a hater of, like you're a hater, you're jealous, you're envious of this person, Instead of watching this person and trying to publicly humiliate them, I will focus on the things that I have at home, being grateful for those things, calling God to protect those things because nothing's going to be protected around a person who's doing things in the dark. Nothing will be protected. You will lose. You will lose this game you think you're playing. Public humiliation. Yeah, again, these people haven't reached a point of transformation to where they could grow. And so they're not a seed. They're not a seed. If you cover them up, they're going to die out. That's what it comes down to. They're not going to grow. They're going to just die out. I see low down, laugh now, cry later. Yeah, these people doing some really weird stuff in the background, y'all. Trying to make you self-destruct. And so if you feel that dirty energy, it's definitely because they're sending it to you, because they're projecting it off on you, because they want you to do things that are going to hurt yourself. They want you to say things that are going to hurt yourself so they can laugh at you, so they can talk about you to other people, because these people, true enough, truth be told, this is the lowest of the low. These are snakes in the background. They're snakes. That's what it comes down to. Have you ever seen a snake that's tame? You ever seen snakes that are emotional? Because these people, they have characteristics of a snake. They do things sneakily. They are hidden in the background. They're unemotional people. They move like snakes. You rarely even realize they're there until they jump out and bite you. That's these people. They're doing things to cause you harm in the background. You don't even know, you barely even realize they're there until they jump out and they bite you, until they're doing stuff to try to stop you, until they're doing things to try to inconvenience your life. These people deserve death, is what they deserve. But they're not going to get death, at least not right away. What they're going to get is to be used as your footstool. That's what they're going to get. You're going to be able to step right on their necks when you're going to wherever it is you're going, because they are doing things to try to stop you from getting there. And so what God is going to do is allow them to watch you get right there where they're trying to stop you from going. And these are not going to be the people that you reach back and grab. These are not going to be the people who you reach back and lift up. These are going to be the people you move on from and let them rot wherever they rot. Let them pick themselves up. Let them do something to change themselves, to deserve whatever kind of blessing that you're going to receive. Because right now they don't. They don't deserve anything. These people are watching you in the background and doing things to you to try to make you harm yourself. Why? Because even using dark magic, they don't have the power over them to stop your blessings by God. But you know who does have the power to stop your blessings? You do. You have that power. And so they're in the background trying to use your power to manipulate you. And so they're throwing all this dirty energy at you because they want you to react in certain ways. They want you to say and do certain things that's going to cause this public humiliation for you. And so whatever it is that, I don't know, maybe it's like a job or something that you're supposed to receive. Where they're in the background, they're trying to stop you. They're going to do whatever they trying to do to stop you from receiving this job. So whatever kind of dirty energy they have to throw at you, they're going to throw it at you in order to make it look like you are this, you're like them. In other words, they're trying to make you look like them. These are low down dirty people, and so they want to make you look like you're low down dirty person. It's a person that's unemotional, who don't care who they hurt in the background. They want to make you look the same way. And so, if nothing else, these people will be confused about what it is they want to do or where they want to go with something, because you got two people who are one and the same here. They both are unemotional. They both don't care. They both say stupid things. They both do stupid things. That's what they're trying to make this confusion here. They want you to look like them because they can't look like you. Imagine that. A person can't rise up to your level, and so what they try to do is things to bring you down to their level. Know what this is giving me? Wolves in sheep's clothing. Confusion, chaos spells. Again, we were talking about that earlier. At the end of the day, a lot of people are trash, to be honest. Especially here where I am. And towards me, I would say that because I got a lot of people who aren't even around me. Who aren't even around me. They're in completely different cities from me. Who are just as trash as some of these people who I've dealt with here that are this same way. They're unemotional. They do things behind your back and pretend as if they're not doing anything. They're the smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place type of people. I keep seeing Aquarius and Scorpio here, and it's so funny because I was looking at this card thinking a Scorpio could be involved in this because we have that Scorpion right here. So there could definitely be a Scorpio involved in this and an Aquarius that's involved in this, who want to see you self-destruct because they want your position in life. And the only position these people deserve to have is a casket, a closed casket at that. It is what it is, y'all. It is what it is. These are cowards. It's corruption I see. They could be in certain positions. They could be in certain positions in life where you expect them to be in these leadership roles, and instead it's all about them. They feel entitled. They're using their ego. They move egotistically. They aren't ashamed of what it is they're doing. They don't care who they bring down in the process. And they use children and young adults, which goes back to, again, I was just thinking about this earlier. And my thing is, when you have children around you, don't think for 1 second they're not picking up on your toxicity. Hence the comment, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And so even if you so much as a mentor to people, to other people's children, who could be looking up to you, if you're this corrupt and toxic person who does things behind the scene to hurt other people, then you're paving the way for these children to be the same way. Corrupt, toxic, do things behind the scene, very sneaky with what they do. who don't mind harming people to get their way. And so, as far as I'm concerned, you shouldn't be around children at all. You shouldn't be around children at all. But sometimes when you leave these people in the dust and you say F these people, you have to also say it to whatever it is that's around them. And that was the point that I was kind of making. I was actually just thinking about it earlier. But sometimes you have to say it to the children who are around them because they will use those children. Just like the card says, they will use those children in order to create certain things, certain situations around you. They will use those children to their advantage to try to do whatever it is that they're trying to do. And so sometimes you just have to let them all suffer. And so although you may not want to see the children suffering, sometimes you have to let them suffer because of who they're working with, because of who's around them, because of who has influence over them. You know, it's an episode or a segment that comes on the radio station sometimes that I listen to. And they say it's F those kids. And they say it in a joking way, but I feel like sometimes you have to say that depending on who those kids are and who has influence over those kids, because those kids can very well be evil people. They can be being taught, they could be being groomed to be just as evil and dirty as the people who have influence over them. And so, Libra, Libra. Definitely have something to do with this. I see a Libra here and I see a Pisces. And sometimes you have to say F those kids, depending on who they being influenced by. Because this is what you have at the end of the day. Y'all ever heard the song, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them? I think that's the case here. You got to know when enough is enough. When to just allow people to be whatever it is they're going to be. When to say, okay, you deserve whatever it is you get. And those kids around you deserve the same thing because that's who you are. That's who y'all are. That's who you teaching them to be. And it's not fair for them to grow up later on and they be a little clone of you and your toxicity. And so if you grow up, if you were a person who does things behind the scene, try to tear people down, try to break people down mentally, try to tear their stability down behind the scenes, sending dark energy towards people. If you're that type of person, then you can expect that child to grow up to be just like that. Those are expectations. Because again, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Now, on the flip side, that child can grow up and be the complete opposite of you. Complete opposite of you. But is there a chance that you're willing to take for the person who's going through all of this? Is that a chance you're willing to take? Allowing that child to be around when that child can be being taught all the negative things. No, there are the things that are common and there are the things that are not common. What is common is for a person to grow up and they be a product of their environment, whatever their environment is. What's not that common is for a person to grow up and be completely different from what they grew up in. We call those the black sheep, the golden child of the family, the one who's probably there to break the generational curses. But how many of those do we know truly? Not that many, right? Not that many. And this is just honestly speaking. It is what it is. And so, yeah, you got people working in the background. They sending you this dirty energy right here, hoping that you fall, hoping that you fail, hoping that they can get away with doing whatever it is they're doing because they want to do you. They don't want to do them. These people don't like their own lives. Imagine that people don't like their own lives, and so they try to, their whole sole focus is messing up you and your life. Gemini, devil worship here, satanic symbols, satanic tools. These people worship the devil. These people don't believe in God. And if they do believe in God, they're not calling on God. They're calling on the devil because the devil will come down and do your dirty work for you. The devil will come down and help you, these demons and deities that they call. And so that's who they're depending on right now. They're calling on these things and they're sending you this dirty type of energy. I see married for citizenship. Somebody could be married for money. They could definitely be married for money. We've seen so far a Gemini, a Libra, and a Pisces. Those are three signs we've seen. And earth signs. Somebody's going out their way to try to publicly humiliate you when they're really the trash. Imagine that. You trying to make somebody look bad when you are bad. I just say calling on things, conjuring things up, necromancy, communicating with the dead. Somebody could even be doing some type of death spells. These people don't have a belief in God. They believe in getting their way. That's what they have a belief in. And so whether they got to call on God, whether they got to call on the angel of death, whether they got to call on somebody to get some type of goddess energy, they calling on whatever they have to call on in order to get their way. These people are trash at the end of the day. And this is why they do things behind the scene, because they're in the front of people and they're pretending as if something that they're not. And this is why they have to move like snakes. They have to do things behind the scene because they don't want everybody to know their true colors, that they're in fact snakes, that they are in fact people who are not very fruitful on their own, that they are in fact really devils and demons themselves, that they are in fact full of themselves and the only thing they know is to get their way, which tells me that they don't learn lessons in life, which tells me that they have no growth. Because the only way you can grow from something is if you allow yourself to go through something. And these people, they're all about doing black magic. They're all about doing things to cause other people to go through stuff. And we always say the devil rewards his people too. And so if these people are spending time trying to take you down and you've done nothing to them, imagine they could be very well being rewarded by these demons and devils in the background for the stuff that they're doing. But if they can't be successful in doing something, then that energy has to go back to something. And so imagine coming after a person of God and you just a devil. You know, the devil can't even come up against God himself. The devil has to ask permission to even seek out certain people and do certain things, because the protection of God is just too much. It's too much. That's why he's where he is, and God is where he is, because he went against God, because he wasn't successful in doing that. But there's a time and a day where people are going to suffer for whatever it is that they went through. And because that time has not came yet, he was allowed to take over earth or hell and the people in it. But even that said, he still has to ask permission to seek out certain people who are of God. So imagine these people here. Here it is, trying to do things behind the scenes. These evil people right here. Again, I cut the deck on a Libra. Imagine these evil people here trying to do stuff behind the scenes. Can't make it up, y'all. I just literally just cut the deck. This is what I cut it on. And my other deck's sitting right here because I can't shuffle all these cards together. This is how it's sitting. I can't make it up. There's definitely a Libra out here who is evil. Evil as them demons they be calling. And they think they're gonna get away with whatever this is that they're doing. Unfortunately, they're not gonna get away with it. Lawsuit. Unfortunately, they may end up paying out a lot more than what it is that they think they're getting away with. Imagine that. It's so funny. It's so funny. I watched someone just getting interviewed one day, and that's what they were saying. Sometimes you end up having to pay more. Sometimes you end up having to pay more. And so if these people have caused you some type of hardship in your life, they're definitely going to end up paying more. But not only that, if they have benefited somehow from causing you that hardship by God, they're going to lose 10 times more than what they actually benefited from. So imagine you're benefiting from something and thinking you're winning because you're on top right now, right? You're winning. Watching somebody suffer, you're winning. Bringing somebody hardship, you're winning by doing these deceptive things behind closed doors. You're winning doing that, trying to sabotage people who's not doing anything to you. And then all of a sudden, God's vengeance kick in, and you're a loser, or you're being shown to be the loser who you've always been. You're being shown to be this deceptive person. You're being shown to do things behind the scenes. And yeah, these people could definitely have been winning, doing whatever it was they were doing to you. The last will be first, the first shall be last. So these people have been first for quite some time, but they won't be for long. They won't be for long, y'all. They won't be for long. And so whoever this is, behind the scene, doing this, just know your chances, your time is coming. Your time is coming. And so that's however God sees fit to this. Your time is coming. Whether that's putting you in a casket, whether that's making you suffer times 10, the energy that you've put out, whether that's making the people close to you suffer so you can have a chance to watch them and feel their pain since you can't feel anybody else's, God's vengeance is going to be poured out on you. Whether you end up going to prison for whatever it is you've done and be taken away from the people who you love the most. God's vengeance is, you will feel that wrath. Mark my word. And I don't say things just to be saying them. I don't. 44:44, that was just on the clock. Have faith. Whoever it is that's going through this, have faith. Vengeance is the Lord's. So these people trying to sabotage you and do things behind the scene, these are coward snakes back here. But you know how you kill the snake? You cut the snake off at the head. And so because these are venomous snakes, they're poisonous. These things they're evil. They emit poison. And so therefore you don't want to get up on them. And if you do get up on them, if you think about it, what kind of people is it, y'all? I can't think of their nationality, but there's a certain type of person on the phone. I can't use it. There's a certain type of person who actually hypnotizes the snakes. And so there are these types of snakes who are very poisonous, very venomous. If they bite, they're deadly. But you have people who are able to hypnotize those snakes, to have them so into what it is they're doing. Through music, I see them doing it a lot of times. They'll sit up and they play these horns, and the snake is just so hypnotized in whatever it is that's going on, y'all. They're so hypnotized in whatever it is going on. And sometimes that's how you have to kill the snake. You know what they say, kill them with kindness? And so if you have to kill the snakes with kindness, and don't ever think you're being too kind to some people. Some people may not be used to that. Some people may have grew up like that. I said people are products of their environment. And so some people may not be used to the kindness. And it can throw them off from what it is they're intending to do sometimes. If you just be nice. And that's how you kill the snakes. Kill them with kindness. Proverbs 20:19 says, a slanderer goes about revealing confidential talk. Don't associate yourself with the one who gossips. These people have been gossiping. They've been telling a lot of lies on you. It's their ego that they're moving with. They could be dealing with these fake IG models. Y'all know. Y'all know everybody is an IG model these days. No, it's so many of them. You can't do nothing but look and scroll. It's so many of them. Everybody is an IG model these days. Everybody is an IG model. Everybody does real estate or sell clothes, just to have that some some title on their page because they feel like they need a title. These people stole something that belongs to you as well. They stole it. And they're going to pay for it too. It says there's an appointed time when the holy ones will get back everything they lost. And so these people stole something from you, and they think they're going to get away with it because they're doing things behind the scene. Again, these are snakes. They're cowards. They're doing things behind the scene to cause you this heartache when they're stealing from you at the same time. Whether that's your creativity, whether that's your money, whether it's land, houses that they've stolen. And they probably don't look like they'll be the type to steal either. They probably look like they would never even have to steal something because they already have things going on for them. But I can tell you, those be the main ones. Them be the main ones who be out here stealing, y'all. Them not your petty thieves right there. Those are the bigger ones. Those are the white collar criminals. Those are the ones who are gonna sign your name to stuff. Those are the ones who steal inheritances. Those are the ones who do the identity theft. Those are the ones who make you think you're investing into something big and they're just taking all of your money. Those are the ones who will steal from the elderly and steal from the people who barely have anything. It's them kind right there. I used to watch those shows all the time. People, they're ruthless, y'all. They're ruthless. And those main people, it's so funny to me because those main people, they will talk about the petty thieves out here. The people out here stealing food because they're hungry. People out here you'll see stealing clothes because they don't have the money to buy clothes, or they stealing stuff to go back and try to sell so that they can get the money to do what they need to do with. They'll talk about them petty thieves like that, and the whole time they be mastermind thieves. They steal much bigger, on a much bigger level, y'all. It be spiritual thieves out here that will steal your whole thought process away from you. They will steal all your creative thoughts and your creative endeavors, everything that you think of. They'll be out here doing it before you can do it. Them type of thieves. Don't think for 1 second people, just because they have a certain thing in life or look a certain way in life, that they won't stoop to a certain level, or that they haven't stooped already to that certain level in order to reach the place where they are right now. That's why you don't, this is why you don't, I don't know why respect is coming to me. You don't respect everybody, but respect everybody, y'all. That's not the word I was trying to see. That's the word that keeps coming to my mind. 404, something can be significant about Atlanta. This could be going on in Atlanta. This is why you're not supposed to idolize people. And it's okay to have certain amount of respect for a person because you may not know everything that they've done. You may not know their past or their present, most importantly, because if their past and they've grown from it, then that part doesn't matter. The part that matters is the growth. But if their past is also in the present moment and they're doing everything that they've been doing and they've always stolen, they've always did certain deceptive things to reach to the point that they're in, then it's who they are today. It's who they are. Doesn't mean you can't change. It just means that's who they are right now. And so, although it's okay to respect certain people, you're not supposed to idolize anyone. And I would definitely say don't trust everyone. Do not trust everyone because everybody's not worth trusting. Especially when they do things like this, y'all. You got real live snakes here. That song didn't come up for nothing. They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. Them backstabbers. These could be people who smile in your face every day. People who you think want the best for you. And they don't. They're just trying to get away with stealing something. It's so funny. I seen something online the other day when I was scrolling. It gave you this one picture of somebody appearing to blow a kiss. And then there's another picture of somebody appeared to be fighting us to say, I wish you would. And then another one came right back up behind and was like, I'm just trying to keep from going to prison. So imagine somebody who's already stolen whatever they're going to steal from you, just being nice in your face while doing things behind your back so that they won't be seen for who they are, so they can try to avoid going to prison, so they can try to avoid the consequences of something that they've done. That's an entitled person. That's a person who's used to being able to avoid the consequences, to manipulate the system. That's a person that deserves all the consequences. Whether it's jail or hell or whatever the situation may be, they deserve all of the consequences. People have to learn sometimes, and they don't learn if they're not suffering through the consequences. If they're able to get away with it every time, there is no growth, there is no learning. Aladdin. definitely some people out here pretending to be something that they are not. They're not these people. Don't let everybody smile and play in your face. Music could have something to do with it. I can't make it up, y'all. Look. They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. This is someone you probably think wants the best for you. They don't. They doing what's best for them. So y'all, let these people do what they do. Bribe. Somebody could definitely be bribing somebody to do something. It doesn't matter. People are doing the best, whatever they feel like is best for them. And that's okay. Let them do what's best for them. At the end of the day, they're going to suffer the consequences, though. At the end of the day, they think they're getting away with something that they're not going to get away with doing. And so if you're just trying to avoid prison time by being fake in someone's face, then just avoid prison time by not stealing, by not being a thief. Avoid prison time by not being a fake person. You know, if you are who you say you are, then be that. Be that. What they say? How the song go? If you are who you say you are, a superstar, then have no fear. The cameras are here. I mean, do what you're going to do or what you are doing in front of the cameras. Be who you are right there in front of the cameras. Don't be one person in front of the cameras and one person off the cameras. That's not you. That's not a superstar. That's someone pretending to be someone who they're not. There's someone trying to get away with doing something that they shouldn't have done. Mental breakdown. Speaking of mental breakdown, if people would break down their mental themselves, then they could understand why they do the things that they do. And maybe they would do something to fix their lives instead of coming for people and other people's lives who haven't done anything to you. Again, your crown doesn't fit them. Water signs can have something to do with this. We already seen Pisces out here earlier. Somebody could definitely have some type of body odor. It says sex outside, constantly sending you negative energy. Capricorn right here. So you could have a water sign that slept with a Capricorn outside. People are constantly sending you negative energy. Don't be mad at me because you're who you are. Don't be mad at the collective because you are who you are. Just learn to be who you are around everybody. That's all. Learn to be who you are around everyone. Same sex here, I just seen. Somebody could definitely be gay or bisexual with the same sex here. And this person could be doing love spells. They could definitely be gay and be doing some type of love spells. Smooth criminal here. Someone's name could be Smooth. Someone could be a white-collar criminal. I just seen a Gemini trying to trick the trickster. Says make him wait. Somebody could be coming in. Yeah, we just seen trying to trick the trickster, y'all. They smile in your face All the time they want to take your place. Somebody could definitely be coming in to you to try to get closer up on you, to trick you into doing something, to trick you into having their back when they've been this abusive person the whole time behind the scene, when they've been doing things to sabotage everything around you. Don't trust these people. Stay woke, 'cause they be creeping, and what they want you to be asleep to their bullshit. They want you to pretend as if you don't see anything. They would, preferably, if they could have it their way, they would want you to not see anything. But at least if you see it, pretend like you don't see it and allow them to keep getting away with it. When the truth is, they need consequences. For every action, there's a reaction. For everything wrong that you do, you may not reap the consequences every time with everything. But if you never get consequences, you're going to always feel like you can get away with certain things. And how dare you be a coward and do stuff behind the scene to try to destroy people when they ain't doing anything to you? And if they were doing something to you, then you wouldn't be a coward and doing things behind the scene. You wouldn't be a hidden enemy. You'd be an enemy right up front, right in front of their face, right in front of everybody else's faces, because you two are enemies to each other. But clearly they're doing this to a person who hasn't done anything to them. And why would they be doing that? Because it's something that they stole that they're trying to get away with. I could let this person rot in prison. And if they are, yeah, see, I ain't, yeah, yeah. Maybe that's where they belong, y'all. In the prison with other people who are more like them, and other people who are abusive, with other people who just take what they want. And then maybe they'll see how it feels. I'm going to end it on that note. I'll be back.